Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to The Guardians patch 2.2 for Elite Dangerous. You can see here some very nice new special effects. This is a white dwarf, you just saw it up close. This is the same star from a little bit of a distance. So white dwarfs have had a change as we knew, and so have neutron stars. This is me doing a little flyby of a neutron star at about a light second away. Both of these are very impressive. And the neutron stars actually look very nice when up close. Just look at that. So this video is just going to be a very short overview of a few things included in the latest update. I'll then be back later today with some more videos going into some greater depth. Now take a look at this. If you fly into this aura here, you get a rather interesting effect, FSD under gravitational strain, and you completely lose control of your ship. Now, around white dwarfs, I believe, or neutron stars, you can get an FSD boost, and we'll look at that in a while. Here you can see a nice little new graphical UI effect when you power to your engines. That's when that comes up. There are a whole load of new points of interest down on planetary surfaces, and some of these even include volcanism. Now, I haven't found anything like that just yet, but some of the old standard points of interest seem to have had a bit of improvement. To me at least, these look somewhat different to how they used to appear. Jumping to the system map then, we can take a look at the new planetary maps that are included when you zoom in up close to the planets. What's nice is they contain a little element here marking your current location. Unfortunately, there's no way to bookmark a location on the planet. You can't bookmark a crater, for example, and then make your way towards that bookmark. Maybe that's something we can expect in the future. But despite clicking around here, both with the left button and the right button on the planetary surface, there's no way to mark down a destination. But what is really nice is that now from this planetary map, we can completely get an overview of the planet itself, and therefore make our way to any location on the planetary surface we actually want. So that is one of the rocky planets that did have some volcanism on it, some geysers. And this is a nice planet. It doesn't have any volcanism here, but it's also somewhat of a plain looking planet as well. One of the other nice additions that we all knew were coming, of course, is the new station interiors. This is just one of them. This is a high-tech station in George Lucas. So what I'm going to do here is jump into the station UI and have a look at some of the new improvements and some of the changes. And then, like I said earlier, we'll come back and have a detailed look at each of the new updates. So in addition to a new station interiors, there's also some new hangars. This one is very similar to some we've had before, but basically each station type also has a new hangar type as well. So here, over at Jack's, I'm having a look at some of the new UIs, and the commodities market is exactly the same. The mission board, of course, is not functioning over here, but you can see the portraits have had a bit of an update, especially around the hair, which is much improved. And I'd argue that many of these characters don't look quite as ugly as they once did. Now in the contacts tab, it has had somewhat of a change, as you can see here. There's of course the little portrait at the top, but there's more changes here giving us some further options, although I'm not sure if the if word at the front of these two tabs is actually meant to be there. Outfitting, of course, is something that we've all been really looking forward to. There's a bunch of new modules, including passenger cabins, as well as the ship-launched fighter bays. Now, unfortunately, I can't have a look at the fighter bays on the Asp here because it's unable to deploy fighters. So what I'm going to do is transfer my Type 9 over here so we can have a look at that. But in the meanwhile, let's have a look at outfitting a passenger cabin. Passenger cabins come in various types, and you can read the details here. This cabin class is economy, so it means we won't be able to take the higher class passengers, and we can fit 8 passengers into this. So if we want to take more passengers, we're going to need either another cabin or a larger one. When you do try and fit the module, you get a new option here. You can exchange the module, as we've always been able to do, new for old, or we can actually store the existing module. This is very nice, although currently in beta I don't think storage is fully active, so when you put something to storage, it seems to disappear into the ether. So, passenger missions then. This is the passenger lounge. It's where we pick up our passengers, and it works in very much the same format as the existing mission board. But you can see it does have the same problem of taking quite a while to load up, and that's because it's generating all the portraits here. Now also, In most of these, the requirements are not met, and that's because my rank isn't high enough, or it's because I don't have the right ship type. But you can also see that payments for these missions is very high indeed. 10 million credits for this one, but that one is an exploration based one, very long journey. And 13 million credits for this one. Now, really hoping that those payments do stay in place. Sometimes Frontier adjusts the payments from beta to when the patch actually goes live, but hopefully we will at last have missions, various missions, that have a good payout. Now, as you can see here, these passengers have various traits. Things they like, things they don't like. Things that are going to cause you a lot of problems if you don't abide by their rules. So some don't like their ship being scanned, some don't like delays, some don't like conflict, and so on. Quite a few rules there, and we'll get into a passenger mission in the next video or so. Another thing to look at here is a ship transfer, and like I said, I want to transfer my Type 9 out here. There's a fee of 350,000 credits. Now that's quite expensive. This ship is only 180 light years away, so it wouldn't actually take me too long to go and pick it up manually. But it does need 35 minutes to come over here on the timer. Out of interest then, 350,000 credits to transfer it just 180 light years. How much is it going to be to transfer it all the way out to Jacques Station? Let's have a look there. This here is Jacques, obviously, and I've only got one other ship back in the bubble. It's a Viper Mark IV. But look at that, 320 million to get that all the way over here, and 61 hours transfer time. And that fee, of course, is based on the ship value. So if you've got an expensive ship, it's going to cost you in the range of the billions to get it out here. One other thing then before we go, this is the Jacques Visitor Beacon. This is for passenger missions, and that's what they look like. You come and scan these to complete certain mission types. So that's the end of this video then, a very quick overview as I mentioned, and I'm going to be back with some more in-depth videos very shortly. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in a little while.